What's up, YouTube? This is Jason with Scissortail Landscaping in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And guys, I wanted to go over my my equipment that I'm going to be using in the 2018 season. So wanted to give you just a quick review of kind of how I got started and what equipment that I chose to start with. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and show you my trailer. I kind of went over a little bit in the first video I did, but I want to go ahead and show you my trailer. It's daylight now. I know the last video was kind of dark. Did it at night in the garage. So here is my trailer sign that I had made, and let's see if you guys can see that. So we got Scissortail Landscaping, got my bird on there, telephone number, and just a few things that we do, such as lawn maintenance, landscaping, bed mulching. We got bush and hedge trimming, spring and fall cleanup, sprinkler installation and repair. Also, we offer free estimates, and I'm going to start really taking on residential accounts, but as the commercial comes along, I'll choose each one of those carefully, make sure that I can take care of their needs for them. So we'll just go ahead and start with the trailer, and what I have here is a 5x10, and it's like I said in the first video, it is made for landscaping. So obviously somebody was using this trailer to mow lawns and do landscape work. So right now I've just got a couple of gas cans here, got a 1.5 gallon, got a 5 gallon. Of course, that's for my trimmer and edger, the small one there, and then the larger ones for the lawnmowers. This trailer does have a cage up front, which I use to hold my bush trimmers and my blower. Of course, I got some loppers in there. We do have the weed eater line holder here. It's got the drink holder. Put your 5 gallon drink holder in there. I've got my shovels and my rakes and whatnot kind of bungeed up. Guys, I do plan on installing some metal brackets here to kind of hold those shovels, and maybe some kind of platform down here. I haven't quite decided on which way I'm going to do there. And maybe just some 1-inch pipe kind of welded to one of those sides, and maybe here I can put some things. This side the same way. I can maybe fit something here, and I can definitely fit something on this side. So haven't quite decided if I'm going to put a sign on here. On both sides, I'm not for sure yet, but something I'm definitely thinking about doing. So guys, here is the trimmer that I decided to buy, and I went with the Red Max just because I got a really good deal on this equipment. My dad has a good buddy that owns a lawnmower shop, so that definitely helped out. And I would encourage everybody to do what I did, and just because he was a friend of the family doesn't mean that I didn't go get additional quotes at places. So I did go about 4 different places here in the city, and you know, I priced everything from Echo to Stihl to Red Max to Shindaiwa, and this is kind of just what I chose to go with, was the Red Max, and frankly, I'm happy I did. These things, they do eat a little bit of gas, but they're powerful machines. I was just out of yard, so I've been working today, just out of yard. And the grass, you know, near the fence line around the buildings they had in the backyard there, it was easily 1.5 to 2 feet tall, and this thing wide open, it just mows that stuff down. It's a really good machine, and I'm glad I picked it so far. So no real issues. I did put a speed feed head on here, which I definitely encourage that. These are extremely handy. We all know how you used to have to string the weed eaters here, and it was kind of a pain in the butt. So this speed feed head, it's made life a lot easier. So again, with the I'll go ahead and give you what I got here. I got the TRZ 230S, and it's a little bit the smaller unit, but it is super lightweight, guys. You can pick this thing up with one hand and no issues. I went with the Red Max Edger. This one is the HEZ 260F. See that there? This one is really, it does the job. I don't really have a lot to compare to on edgers. This is my first edger I've ever used. So so far, great machine. Guys, I do keep my stuff locked, and I watch enough videos to kind of know that you need to keep things locked down. So I would highly advise that you keep your stuff locked up, regardless if you're just going in the backyard to blow the back patio off or something. I would definitely lock everything up. You know, both my bush trimmers and my blower stays in this cage. And if I take my blower out, I'd just lock it back. I mean, it takes 2 seconds. And guys, I would recommend one of these. This is one of the best things I've done is I just got me a lanyard, and I put all my keys on this lanyard, and it makes it super simple to just walk up here, slap your key on, unlock this thing super fast. Keeps you from digging in your pockets. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and move on to my 2 bush trimmers and my blower. So it's kind of funny, but my mom and dad, they ended up buying me this small Stihl edger, and it's the Stihl HSA 45, and they actually bought me that for Christmas, not knowing that I was going to start a landscape company, and neither did I really. But this thing is super handy on like small bushes. It's super lightweight. It is a plug-in, so it doesn't have like a battery on it, so you just plug it in and charge it, and it holds its charge pretty well. I can get through, you know, most of my day with it. I've never actually had it run out of juice, so pretty handy. I'd recommend it, you know, especially if you're just getting started. Then I went back. So what happened was I had a really large bush job, and these things were like hedges. I mean, they were 6 foot, 6'3" tall. They were about 4.5, 5 feet wide, and they were 30 foot long. And I had 2 rows of those to do. So I opted to go ahead and get the Red Max hedger. And guys, this is the SRT Z2460. And this thing is an animal, absolute animal. It'll take on any job that you throw at it. Yeah, good machine. I use it occasionally, you know, on my big hedges. Other than that, I try to stick with the small one. I mean, it's just super lightweight. And guys, I went with the Red Max handheld blower, and it is the HB281. The only thing that I really don't like about this blower is that if you see here on the shaft, this kind of just connects, and that stays connected just fine. But the part that goes in here, I've really tightened this bolt and this one up as absolutely tight as I could, and was a little afraid that I was going to break it, and it still manages to blow out. So what I did, as you can see, I just put a screw on here, and I put a screw on here, and it holds it just fine. Haven't had any issues with it now. So that's the only thing that I really don't like about this, is that it just wouldn't stay in. Other than that, great machine, good blow on it, if you will. Next year, I probably will get a backpack blower. I was somewhat trying to keep my costs low this year and just start out with the basic equipment, but I did have to go with the bigger hedger. The first job that I actually did, it totally wore me out using that little battery. And since then, I've been back to that same property and trimmed those hedges again, and it is an animal. And for me, it's a must-buy if you're just getting started. I'm super happy with my purchase. But yeah, I think I'm going to get a backpack blower next year. Those things are a little pricey, so if you're just getting started and you don't have the funds, I would probably just recommend one of these. It's working fine for the properties that I'm taking care of. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and open the trailer door here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so for my push mowers, I went with the Toro commercial push mowers. You guys can see that. They have the Honda engines, and this one back here is brand new. I just bought it. That was my first purchase with my trimmer and edger there. So first purchase, extremely happy with it. We did get to a first lawn account, first mow of the day, I should say, on one of our mow days. And the throttle cable got stuck, and I ended up getting it fixed just fine, but boy, did it throw a panic at me. I had 6 more properties to mow that day, and I got home that evening and I was like, you know, you should probably have a backup mower just in case something like that goes on. So what I did is I went back down to, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw him a plug, but it's Ron's Mower Shop in Oklahoma City, and I believe he's off of 59th and Western. So went back down to him, said, hey Ron, what do you got? He ended up having this, which was a trade-in, so obviously somebody probably used this the last couple of years. Great thing is it's the exact same mower, guys. So the mulcher hooks up, the bag hooks up to it. It did have a transmission out in it, so he went ahead and replaced the transmission, and this thing runs like a champ. So yeah, it was. I got a really good deal on it. I'd say under half the price of a normal one. Hold on a second, guys.